feel like it's one of those movies that, based on the name, you don't know a lot about what it is, but I've seen it a few times now, and just watching it in the theater with the crowd of, just like a full house, it was such an incredible feeling. I mean, moments where there's not a dry eye in the audience, and everyone is just absolutely, completely quiet, compelled by what's happening on the screen. And I think it's one of those movies, it's an incredible film, it's exciting, but it's also, it's about hope and friendship, and maybe the greatest friendship of all between man and dog. And I'm very excited for people to see. I adopted Chopa from the movie. She was one of the extras on set. So she was provided by a shelter out of Santo Domingo called Alberguesos, and of course, when you show up to work and there's dogs on set, you just kind of go crazy. And it was just the best. I mean, I basically spent all day with her, and then I begged the shelter to let me foster her for a little bit. And then within maybe like 2 hours of her, showing up at my hotel, I was like, I'm never gonna be apart from her, and we haven't been apart ever since. So, yeah. Well, Leo, I think, starts the movie off as someone who is looking out for himself. He's a travel and like extreme sports influencer, and so a lot of a lot of that life is like finding the sponsorships, making the content. It's all me, and so he's kind of learned to be selfish by design, and especially because he was Michael's teammate, 3 years ago, and things didn't turn out that well. So he's kind of learned from all that, like, I can't rely on anybody else, I'm just going to do my own thing. And, Michael approaches him 3 years later and is like, hey, I need you, we got to race again. And he very reluctantly is like, all right, I don't know if I trust this guy, but I'm getting back into it. And I think over the course of the movie, in the same way that Arthur really affects Michael, I think Leo's touched by that too. And also just, being in that kind of team environment. I mean, I grew up, like, I was an athlete in high school, and it is something really special to be a part of a team and to be working together towards a shared goal. And I hope that our movie captured that and those two elements of just coming together, teamwork, and also friendship. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, when I read the script and I learned what adventure racing was, I was like, oh, this is incredible that people actually do this. It's like a hundreds of mile trek and bike and hike and canoe and kayak, through everything, and some of the craziest, most treacherous conditions you can imagine. It was pretty great for us actors to be able to do that between action and cut. But there were some grueling moments for sure, some long nights in swamps with rain pouring down on us. I mean, you see it in the movie. There's no way to fake that. It's really us out there, and it's us on the bikes, and it's us on the kayaks, and I think it's really incredible to be able to do that. We also had, Mr. Michael Lidnord himself as a consultant training us. So we did 3 weeks with Michael, and basically learned what it was like to be an adventure racer, which is just crazy. There's got to be a part of you that's just a little insane to be able to want to sign up for a sport like that, because it truly is, it's insane.